My name is Ikhide Imumorin. I work at Cornell University as program leader for international animal agriculture. I came to this conference because I thought it was an opportunity to be able to meet with other like-minded people grappling with the challenges of global agricultural development. Within the last 2 years, I'm part of a group of people who recently founded a company called Africa Biosciences Incorporated. We incorporated this company in the US to address challenges of doing bioscience research in Africa. One of the things that we realized was the private space for biotechnology research is simply empty in Africa. 24 years ago, when I was doing my master's degree project in Nigeria, I couldn't find starch gel to do my project. 24 years later, you still can't find starch gel. And eventually it became clear that we need a private sector solution. And one of the ways to address these challenges, I believe, is for the private sector to take charge, take control, and be able to provide services to support the research sector. And universities have been profoundly dysfunctional. Government research institutes, they're even worse than the universities. They're either government supported or donor supported, and everything is on short funding cycles. All of these problems together have made it very, very difficult to do research meaningfully in Africa. And so the company we've started has just launched the first e-commerce platform in Nigeria to supply research reagents and supplies. And we're also building a lab in Ibadan, actually not far from RITA, where we're providing the platform to do all manner of things like genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, bioinformatics, and so on and so forth, as well as providing training for people to really understand these technologies and apply them in their own research. In essence, we're trying to create a private sector ecosystem to enable research. Because doing research in the universities have all kinds of constraints. And because these are public institutions, there's no ownership. And usually university lecturers are principally civil servants. They're public servants, so they really don't care very much. But I think the role that the private sector can play is to drive innovation and to be able to profile solutions which will meet the needs of researchers in Africa. Because as things are set up right now, there really isn't much. So for example, one of the things that will happen in our setup in Nigeria is what we call lab for rent. So you're working on a project, say you want to clone a gene. In your university, you don't have those facilities. You can actually come to our lab in Ibadan and be able to do that by renting lab space in the lab with access to all the resources and equipment and everything that you need. Or you can actually send the samples to our company and we will do the lab work and send you back the results and walk you through how the lab work was done. Essentially, we want to address many of the pain points that really make it hard to do research on the continent. A lot of times people send their stuff abroad or they themselves go abroad. Apart from the fact that this is really expensive, it also makes it difficult to take ownership of this technology. And so we hope that as we roll out over the coming weeks and months, we will start to address these problems and help to push agricultural development forward.